Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy to have you here. We are here with another TBR video because can't think of anything else to do right now. No, I have some ideas in the making, but TBR videos are just so easy and so fun to make. Hopefully I can have a couple other videos thrown in the mix as well, but oh, I didn't make a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. I've got my crack in a glass right here. Cream soda, Olipop. I'm telling ya, it is so good. Just like in the last video and in all videos to come, at least for the near future. The pink prompts are physical books and the green prompts are for my audiobooks. Let's start with audiobooks first and then we'll finish up with our physical books. Green prompt. Let's dig in there. I'm gonna get one from the bottom. So I should show you first. A movie adaptation. That's fun because I love reading a book and then watching the movie after to see if I pictured it in my mind correctly. Okay, I've got my handy dandy laptop, so let's peek through my Hoopla audiobook collection because I have quite a few, and we'll see if we can find any movie adaptations in there. Is Anne of Green Gables a movie? I would guess so. I know it's a show, but I also kind of want to physically read that book, so maybe not. Okay, it looks like we have at least one option right now. The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevin. This is a movie adaptation, of course, and it came out in 2022, and it has Lucy Hale in it. That could be interesting. Got a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. But, I have heard the book is fantastic. So this one looks like a really heartwarming found family friendship type book. So it's about a bookstore owner who has lost his wife, and he also apparently lost a favorite book of his. And a little girl shows up in his bookstore with a note attached to her saying, "Please raise her. I can't take care of her anymore." So I guess it's about AJ discovering how to parent, or maybe not. That is a good option for us. I'm already really liking this option that I have, so we'll see if I can find one that's just as good. I think I originally wrote this prompt thinking that maybe I might get, what's it called? The new space movie. What's it called? Project Hail Mary. That's what I thought I might get. But I don't think Project Hail Mary is on Hoopla. I might need this wall. Don't mind me getting a little comfy. Does it have to be a film adaptation that's already out? Or can it be one that is planned? Dracula's a movie. But I'm just not, like, who wants to read Dracula in April? Not me. Guys, a film adaptation of Tessa Bailey's It Happened One Summer is in development. Nina Dobrev and Tyler Hoechlin suggesting a potential 2027 release. Okay, we have two really good options for my movie adaptation prompt for an audiobook. We have The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, and we have It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. So Tessa Bailey's It Happened One Summer is about a LA woman, I believe, who gets in some trouble and then has to move back to Washington to run her father's dive bar. And I think she meets a sailor who doesn't think she belongs, and she is determined to prove to him that she does belong. And it sounds like a Grumpy Sunshine kind of vibe, which actually so does our other option, AJ Fikry. That sounds like Grumpy Sunshine too. So great, we have one trope, but two books. We need to decide. We need to decide between these books. I feel like The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, I have a little more potential to love and have a long-lasting adoration of that book. I've heard really, really great things about this book, and It could be a favorite, a top 5, something. So I think I will go with The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. All right, so now we're going to do a physical book, not another audiobook. We're going to come back to an audiobook, okay? Okay, let's see what it is. I got a color one last month. Can we not do colors? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm like really nervous because there's obviously one very glaringly blue cover. I'm scared. That's pretty blue. Let's just look at some other options, okay? Let's have some options here. Gosh, there's blue on every cover. We also have Quicksilver. It's cracked. Everything's cracked to me. 609 pages in Quicksilver. And let's check House of Sky and Breath. 805. This one is significantly shorter. This is blue on the cover. The Fragile Threads of Power, V.E. Schwab, with the cool, I don't know what these are called. My heart wants to say beveled pages, but I don't think that's correct. Okay, we got this bad boy. Alice Feeney's Beautiful Ugly. Quite blue on the cover. Persuasion by Jane Austen. How many pages is this? Persuasion is 245 pages. At least we have some options for size and length. At least we have some options for number of pages to read. Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Definitely blue. Definitely long. This one is misleading because it's like a tall book, but it's still long and it's still big ol' book. These all have blue on the cover. Props to me for coming up with a generic prompt. So generic that I have a lot of options. So let's see. What am I feeling? What is my heart saying today? Oh my gosh. Guys. Definitely blue on the cover. What a wasted effort to take all these off. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Blue on the cover. Absolutely. That also might work for me because I had another video in mind that would entail reading this. So despite all my efforts taking this giant stack of big old books off my TBR cart, I think I am going to go with The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. It fits, and I've been staring at this for so long, and it's so pretty, and I'm very, very excited. It is a highly anticipated read for me, so The Night and the Moth, Rachel Gillig, is my blue cover book that I'll be reading. Okay, we have succeeded with one physical book pick and one audiobook pick. Let's go ahead with our second audiobook. I need some new prompts already. I feel like I just filled this up. A number in the title. We're trying to get through this massive hoopla TBR that I have, so we're just going to continue on the hoopla grind. The first one that came up as like a most recently added to my hoopla TBR is 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. This is, I believe, a new movie or a new show that is on Prime. And for the movie adaptation one, I skipped over it because I didn't feel like reading it, but it's very possible this might be one of my only options. It's about a couple who meet during COVID, and during lockdown, the guy suggests that they should move in together. The boy, the man, has a secret. I think this is with Avan Jogia and Dove Cameron. So I do want to watch that movie or show. So it's very possible that could be an option. All right. So what about if it has a volume in the title? Because I have been wanting to read The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, Volume 1. That's technically a number, and it's technically in the title. The year is 1883, and Emma M. Lyon has returned to her London neighborhood of St. Crispian's. But Emma's plans for a charmed and studious life are sabotaged by her eccentric cousin Archibald, her formidable Aunt Eugenia, and the slightly odd denizens of St. Crispian's. I think it's comedic a little bit, and it's fairly short. It's only 3 hours and 16 minutes, so this is an option I am saying. The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield is a gothic mystery about Vita Winter, a legendary author known for fabricating her past, who hires quiet biographer Margaret Lee to finally reveal her dark, true story. While unfolding tales of a dysfunctional family, neglected twins, and a mysterious fire, both women confront their own haunting secrets. Very interesting. All right, let's get one more just as an option. Got another one, and I was looking at this one to see if it was a movie adaptation for the first prompt, and it's not a movie, but it is a series adaptation. Not that we're still on that prompt, but sometimes it tickles my brain to have a book that satisfies two prompts. Okay, it's called The Three Body Problem by Cixin Liu. This is a series set against the backdrop of China's Cultural Revolution. A secret military project sends signals into space to establish contact with aliens. Sci-fi! Even though I said I didn't want to do Project Hail Mary. But not necessarily because it's sci-fi. I don't know. I'm not in the mood for that. But this I could be in the mood for. An alien civilization on the brink of destruction captures the signal and plans to invade Earth. Meanwhile, on Earth, different camps start forming, planning to either welcome the superior beings and help them take over a world seen as corrupt, or to fight against the invasion. That could be very, very interesting. I think to spice it up and do something that I wouldn't normally do, I'm going to go for The Three Body Problem by Cixin Liu. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I think that's a little different. It gives us some versatility in our TBR. Okay, so far we have 2 audiobooks picked and 1 physical book. Let's pick our last physical book. One of these, that's multiple. Okay, here's our next physical book prompt. 1-word title. Okay, very interesting. We could do Quicksilver, that's 1 word. By Callie Hart, that's an option, but do I want to do 2 fantasies? Probably not, so we're going to put that back up here. Ooh, this is another fantasy. Bride by Allie Hazelwood. I just got this one. Picked it up at TJ. Didn't know they had $8 books. This could be fun. This could be a little, I feel like this is a different fantasy vibe than The Night and the Moth, although I'm not sure. I have been wanting to read this, so I kind of wanted to do something a little different. And it's also short, so love that. So Persuasion by Jane Austen, that is 1 word for sure, and also very interested in knowing what this is about. Also, I just realized I didn't explain The Night and the Moth, but that's fine. You've probably heard of The Night and the Moth. So Persuasion by Jane Austen is about Anne Elliot and Frederick Wentworth, who were engaged to be married, and her family did not approve of him and said that he did not make enough money to support her, so she had to call off the engagement. 8 years later, I guess we see if they end up reconnecting or get back together. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we also have Emma, which was a prospect for last month's TBR. Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, which is dark academia, I think. I don't know much about this book, so I don't want to read the blurb because I just feel like I should go into this without knowing much. But it definitely looks like academia, possibly dark academia, and just has a cool cover. Very cool. Okay, I think I want to do one of Jane Austen's novels. The question is which one? I think because Emma was a close contender for my last TBR, I think I will go with Emma. Okay, our last and final audiobook prompt. Here we go. 4+ word title. I feel like I need to be more creative with these prompts. Colored cover, 4-word, 1 word. Like, why am I so basic with these prompts? If you have any suggestions for prompts, put them in the comments below, please. Oh, I already have one, and this is perfect because I also wanted to read this for my last audiobook prompt. The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, Volume 1. That is for sure more than 4 words. 9 words. That definitely counts. So we'll consider that. Let's try and get maybe one more that might tempt me away from this one. Okay, I actually have a lot that are more than 4 words. Do they tempt me though? Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. That's 5 words. Okay, so these are letters and poetry. It is quite short. This classic offers brilliant inspiration to all people who seek to know and express their inner truth. It does sound very appealing, but truly my heart is set on the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, so I think I am going to go with that one. That was a quick decision, but that one is just it's on my brain. Okay, everybody, we have our April TBR. This month we will be reading Emma by Jane Austen. That's our one of our physical book picks. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. And then on audiobook, we have The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, and The Three Body Problem. I think this is a wide-ranging TBR, and hopefully it all goes smoothly and I get through all of them. Hopefully, as the months go on, we can expand the TBR to include more physical books, but at this point, I like to have 2 TBR books that I can get through, and then if I have room for a third physical book, I can choose whatever I'm feeling in the mood for. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you clicking on the TBR video. If you love them just as much as me, I hope you had a great time. I will see you in my next video, whatever it may be. Hopefully not another TBR. Hopefully it is something a little different. I'm cooking. I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking up ideas. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!